Yes, now type present. Good morning, all of you. All of you type present. Jashoda, Anshika, Naman, Vipal. Okay. Okay. So we'll start with a new topic today, that is name resolution or resolving scope of a name. Now see, this is very common problem. That suppose if we are having any variable declared in global environment as well as in local environment, then how the interpreter will come to know that which particular variable to be accessed. Okay, this is very common problem. So for that, actually there is Python actually follows LEGB rule. Now the very first thing is, what is the meaning of LEGB rule? First of all, you have to remember this rule. Here L stands for local environment. It means suppose you wanted to print A. A is available in the global environment as well as it is available in the function. And you are inside the function, means you are inside the local environment. So in that particular case, the very first thing is that Python will check whether any in local environment variable is available or not. If it is available over there, so it will be, it is going to access that particular variable only. If not, suppose if not, then it is going to go for the next level. Another level is E, that is enclosing environment. You can think something like this. This is the first environment. If the variable is not here over here, then you will go to the enclosing environment. If it is not there, then only you will go to the global environment. And if it is also not available, then only we will go to the built-in environment. So this is how the sequence is. So the very first is local environment. If the variable is not found over there, then only we will go to enclosing environment. If the value is not there, then only we will go to the global environment. And if it is not there, then we will go to the built-in environment. Basically over here, built-in environment means where all the global means whatever files we are importing. No, so the variables, if they are declared over here, is available, then it will be used. If it is not there, then in that particular case, you will get the error message. This is the last step. It means if the variable is not available in all these 4 environments, then only you will be getting the error message that variable is not defined. Okay, so this is what your LEGB rule. So this is how it is given over here with the scope is given like this. First in the local scope, then in the enclosing namespace, then in the global environment, then in the built-in environment. Okay, so this simply you have to keep in your mind that how it is going to execute. One example also is given over here. Just say for example, you see this code, this particular code. If you will see this code, in this code basically, okay, in this code, if you will see properly, that num1, num2 is declared in the global environment. Okay, now, and in the global environment only, top level segment only, we have called this function calsum. So when we have called this function calsum, control will go from here till here. Okay, now here what it is doing, we are assigning the value of num1 and num2 in the x and y. We are adding those 2 values, then we are printing here num1. Now the question is, num1 is not defined over here. It means it was not available in the local scope. Because it is not available in the local scope, therefore, from the global scope, this num1 will be printed or will be executed in this particular case. Remember, vice versa is not allowed. It means if the value is available, x and y you wanted to print over here will be not allowed, but num1 and num2 you wanted to use in the calsum is allowed. Yesterday also we have done, we have executed the same type of function. Okay, so this is what has been explained over here. Then second is variable neither in local scope nor in global space. Okay, if it is not in both the environment, in that particular case you will get the error message. For example, they have given one example over here. They are printing name. Name is not defined neither in the local scope nor in the global scope. So in that particular case, you will get, it will return error because the name is not defined. Okay, so it must be defined, then only we can use it. Then, sorry. Next is some variable name in local scope as well as in global scope. This is bit complicated case. If the variable is there in both the scope, then what will happen? Now remember one thing. Now this you have to understand properly also, that in this type of case, if the variable is available in the local scope, it will be used from there only. Okay, it will be not used from the global scope. For example, this we will do also practically. Suppose I'm opening any file. Okay, and now in this I'm making one function. Suppose def try1. This is my function. Here I'm saying x is equal to 5. Then I'm saying print x. I'll be asking from you. Fine. So you have to tell me the answer. Value of x is equal to, and then whatever is the value of x. Same thing I'm doing outside also. X is 5. Instead of 5, I'm taking here 10. Then value of x is this. Then we are calling the function, sorry, try1. What will be the answer in this case? Any one of you, what will be the answer?
10 and 5.
10 and 5. It means when you were here, this variable was used, and when you have jumped over here, this is your local variable. Remember, this is different and this is different actually. Okay, this x and this x both are different. So therefore, when you will run this, you can see you are getting both the answer. First is 10, second one is 5. I hope this is clear. Okay, I'm making it more confusing now. From here, I'm sending the value of x in x and then x. What will be the answer in this case? See, we have to understand the concepts. Okay.
Ma'am, 10.
Ma'am, it will be 5.
What?
10.
Ma'am, it will be 5.
All of you see properly and let me know.
Ma'am, both the times it will print 10 only.
Okay, let me execute this. See.
10 and 5.
Okay, first of all, let me pass this argument. We are passing here x only. है ना? See, 10 and 5 only. Now what you have to understand over here. 10 we are passing. Okay, 10 we are passing. Then 10 we are printing. Then from here again 10 we are passing, 10 we are receiving. But here we have redefined this. This is again different variable as compared to this one. Okay, this is local variable and this is global. Now again, if I am going to print the value of x, what will be the answer?
Text found in that location.
Let me know what is the answer here.
10, 5 and 10.
10, 10,
5,
5.
10.
See if I'll execute this 10, 5 and 10. So see, actually this is what the what you have to understand over here, that here the value was 10. Okay, this was global variable. Then we have passed over here, we have changed this, but this was local variable. Therefore, the value of x is not changed over here. So therefore, when I'm printing here, you can see again it is 10. I hope this is clear to you, very clear to you, that irrespective of same name, then also we are getting the different values because their scopes are different. Now I'm giving you one question, and that question you have to do now. See, the question is you are going to execute this. First is write a program, return first 4 multiples of any given number, and remember you are going to return 4 values from that function. Again, I am repeating, first 4 multiples of any number. I am giving you 3 minutes. Do it now.
Python execution first 4 multiples of any number.
See, question was very simple actually. I told you that you have to return first 4 multiples. Still nobody is getting answer of that. Should I wait or you are doing?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, after getting the multiples, we need to do nothing.
You have to print those values, right? First 4 multiples.
Okay, ma'am.
And then you have to print those values. Suppose A, B, C, D. Okay, well, I am doing now only. See, my question was that you are going to ask any one value from the user. So you are asking in X. Then that X you are passing in any of the function. And from that function, what I told you that you are going to return first 4 multiples. First 4 multiples means first value will be X itself. Then second value will be X into 2. Then X into 3. And then X into 4. As simple as this. And then when we are going to call this, we are going to receive it in 4 variables, A, B, C, D. Suppose is equal to, my function is multiples, and inside that multiples, I'm going to pass the value of my X. That's it. Okay. And when later on, when I'll come out from that function, I'm going to print this answer. First 4 multiples are, and then value of your A, B, C, and D. This is how you are going to execute. That's it. Okay, if I will run this program, let me change this. If I will run this program, in that particular case, it is asking any one number. Suppose I am giving here 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, we are getting the answer. Is this is clear? Okay, this was simple program. Now see over here. Now I was saying that we are going to discuss this particular question. Fine. So for this particular question, suppose I'm just changing this question, that here we are going to print the value of x, then we are calling function fun, and then we are passing again x, and this value we are taking from the user, suppose 10, as we were doing previously. After that, again we are printing the value of x. Okay, then over here this fun, we are passing this value, and we are again changing this value, x is equal to 5, and then we are printing the value of x. See, just now we were doing this, right? Here only some more modifications are there. What is the answer you gave to me?
10, 5, 10.
5,
First it
10.
will be 10, then it will go to function. This x is different, so 5, and then it is 10 again. Now, suppose this x is not defined. This x is not defined, this x is not passed, and this x is also not received. Now, what will be the answer? What will be the value of x in this case?
10.
Both the cases it will be 10, 10, 10. All the cases.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all the cases it will be 10, 10, 10. Now see, what we wanted to clear over here, that if the variable is not available over here, it will take from the global environment. And if it is available here, then it will take from the local environment. Now, the next thing is, suppose I wanted to define any value. Suppose x is equal to 5, I am doing here. Okay. And then what I want, that if I wanted to change this x here, actually it should change the global variable. I'm repeating my statement again. If I'm changing my, if I'm defining the value of x here, what it will do, it is going to create another variable. And this x is different and this x is different. So ultimately you are getting 10, 5, 10. But what I want, that once I have made change over here, it should reflect to my global environment again. So in that particular case, I'm going to use one keyword, that is global. Okay, so simply you have to write in this case global, and then you have to write the name of the variable. Suppose I'm writing here x. So it means what instruction I have given, that not to create a local variable x over here. So now this x is same as this global space. So therefore now if I will run this program, you can see the change. It is 10, 5 and 5 again. It means when you are here, so this x is now 5. Anyone, any doubt with this? Again, I'm repeating my statement. I want to access global variable in the local scope and without creating. See, generally when I'm writing like this, then what happens? It is going to create another variable. I don't want it to create another variable. I wanted to use my global x variable only over here, or in that only I wanted to make change. So in that particular case, first I'm going to use this keyword global x. Now whatever changes I will do in x will reflect to the global environment. Okay, so this is what you have to understand over here. Now on the basis of that, now just see this code. All of you just see this code and let me know what will be the answer. It is same what we have discussed just now. Now let me know what will be the answer.
and 95.
Better, I suppose 3 times print statement is there. Okay, this is also
95, 15 and 90.
95, 15, 95.
95, 15, 95. Okay, if we will cross check this, see what we are doing here. First tiger is 95. Then we are printing here 95. So 95 will be printed. Okay, then we are going to this function. Then this is local variable or global variable. Clear me this thing first.
Local.
Local. So this is new variable tiger, which is 15. When you are going to print, this is 15. And when you will jump from here back to this position. Okay, now this tiger is which one? Local or global?
Global.
This
Global.
is global now. So this will be 95 in this case. Okay, so this is what you have to understand. This is the first case. Second case is this one. Now from here till here. Now let me know what will be the answer.
95, 15, and
95, 15, 15.
Very good. It will be this time 95, 15 and 15. How come? Tiger 95, print tiger. So you are going to print 95 in this case. Then you are calling this function. So you will jump here. But right now you have used here global tigers. Global tigers means now you are going to make changes in this, in the global environment. No local environment will be created. You can see over here, local environment is empty in this case. So when you are writing tigers 15, you can see in the global environment, instead of pointing to 95, now tiger is pointing to 15. So when you will print this tiger, it will remain for 15. And when you will come back over here, again this print tiger means global environment. Now it is changed to 15. So 15 only will be the answer in this case also. I hope this is clear to all of you. So answer is 19, 15 and 15. Clear? Okay, then I am giving you one question. Let it be for your homework. That is in type C, question number 1. I am just reading that question for you. Write a function that takes amount in dollars and dollar to rupee conversion price. It then returns the amount converted to rupees. Create the function in both void and non-void form. See, the very first thing is, I'm just explaining you the question. Okay. As per the question, what you have to do, you have to take two input. First is amount, or you can directly write dollars. You will ask how many dollars are there. Okay, this is your first variable. And second variable, you will ask conversion price. Conversion price, let me give you one example. Suppose rate. Now dollar, suppose $100 and conversion rate is suppose 75. So ultimately what you are going to do, you have to multiply these two. So that you will get that, I'm talking about Indian rate, fine. So if $100 are there, so what will be the Indian currency in that particular case? And you have to do this question by you creating two functions. First function will be void, means without having any return type, and non-void form is where you are going to return return the answer. Okay. So type C, question number first, you have to execute today and then you have to share it with me in WhatsApp. Is this clear? Then
Yes, ma'am.
okay, beta. Then next topic we will continue tomorrow. Okay, then good day all of you.